Hello and welcome to episode 2 of It Is What It Is. I'm Peter Peden.
And I'm Zach Mash. And it's been a big couple of weeks in the sports world, so let's get to it. Let's kick off the show with some of our quick takes.
After a couple weeks of controversial calls around the NFL, most notably the Monday night game between the Packers and Lions, is there a problem with the officiating?
Are you kidding me? Do you think there's not a problem with the officiating?
Well, it's been fine in my opinion.
It's just
the Bills are
atrocious
the
out
Bills
there.
and 5
It is
are 1.
atrocious
Bills are
out
5
there.
and 1. The Bills
I
are 5 and 1.
cannot get through a football game watching the games the way they are right now.
Here's the thing,
Pass
though.
interference
Here's the
every
thing.
play. Holding every play. I just can't
Every
watch
play,
the games anymore.
every play,
Every single
every
play.
play,
You
every
watch
play.
a kickoff, you
No,
watch a
no,
running
no,
play.
no,
every
no, no,
big
no.
running
Okay.
play seemingly gets called back.
Over the
to holding
past
at this point.
couple years,
I can't stand it.
the thing
I
that
can't
the
watch
thing
the
that the
game
people are
like I
going to
used to
blame,
watch
the
it.
thing that the people are going to blame is always officials. No matter what, if your
Because
team
they're wrong.
if your team loses, you're going to blame the officials. If your team wins, you're going to be silent. That's the way the NFL is.
But
and
you
the
just
thing I'm
watch-
saying,
are
the
you
thing
trying
I'm
to watch
saying,
the games? Have you
okay,
even been
okay,
watching the games?
okay. What was worse? What was worse? The period right now, or the period after the Saints fans after they lost to the Rams in the NFC?
This is
title
worse
game?
because this is an overreaction to what happened last year.
Oh, well, no, it's not because
is.
everybody always gets mad. You have to realize that. It's been terrible since the beginning of football. Do you think they just had, oh, let's have
It
no
used to
fouls.
be a
Let's
lot
just
better.
let's
It
just
used
have
to be a
no
lot better.
fouls, you know.
I've
I don't care
been
about
watching football for a while now. and
Yeah,
it's
but
never
there's
been this
always
bad.
flags on play. There's always holdings. If you know a thing about football, there's
Exactly.
always holding on the play.
Exactly.
Now,
So
okay, so
why do
you
they
should
call
call
it so much?
because there's holding on every single play.
Exactly. So why call it so much? It's part of
Because it's a
football.
penalty.
That's what it is.
Because it's a
in football.
penalty. Because it's a
You
penalty.
know what? We're just gonna have to
Okay,
disagree on
well.
that. Game 1 of the World Series is tomorrow on Fox with the Astros hosting the Nationals. The Astros advanced after an entertaining Game 6 with Jose Altuve hitting a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. Quick question, who do you have winning the whole thing?
You know what, man? I was pretty disappointed in that Game 6. I thought Chapman blew it again, and you know,
Again? When did he blow it the first time?
against the Red Sox. I
The
mean,
best closer in the league.
if he didn't blow it, then the Yankees should be having like what 20 more
okay,
titles.
So he threw a
Okay.
hanging slider, but
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. He shouldn't be doing that. But I think the Astros are going to win in 6. I mean, you have Gareth Cole, you have Verlander. He's pretty good, not gonna lie. And then you have that Greinke guy. I think they can turn around. And then you have the bats of Altuve, Bregman, and who's his name?
Oh, what's
Alvarez
the
or whatever
team
his name is. I think that's a pretty good lineup, and I think it's better than the Nationals, and I think they're going to win.
I'm going to be honest. I think this is going to be a fantastic
I
series.
feel like you're just-
I think if you're going any less than 7 games in this series, I just think you're off base. The
I think
pitching
you're just
matchups
salty. I think
are
you're just salty
amazing.
that the Yankees
Max
lost.
Scherzer,
I think you're just
Verlander,
salty.
Steven Strasburg, Garrett Cole, Greinke, Patrick Corbin.
Who? Patrick
this is going to
Corbin?
be an
Who?
amazing series.
Patrick Corbin? Who?
Amazing series.
Patrick who?
I have the Nationals in
Patrick
7,
who?
and I honestly
All
think
right.
it can
Okay.
go down as an
okay,
all-time
okay.
World
All
Series.
right, all right. It was a big couple of days of deals around the NBA with Buddy Hield, Pascal Siakam, and Jaylen Brown each landing 4-year deals near or exceeding $100 million. All 3 of these players have seemingly brief track records of success before landing these mega deals. Do you think they're worth the money?
Some of them are and some of them aren't. I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest. Jaylen Brown, he averaged 12 points and 4 rebounds last year, and he didn't shoot the ball.
Well, here's
well.
the thing.
And he got worse from his
Well,
last
here's the thing
season.
about
So,
Jaylen
no,
Brown.
I don't think he deserves the $100
Okay.
million. Buddy Hield, on the other hand, has shown consistent improvement, the ability to make shots, the ability to shoot the ball,
I mean,
which
20
is the
points-
most important
20
thing in the
points per
NBA
game,
these days.
uh,
For a young Kings
Okay,
team,
okay,
they
Jamal
need that.
Crawford.
They needed to do whatever he needed.
Yeah,
they needed
but
to
the
do to bring
thing,
him
the
back.
thing with Buddy Hield, he came out of college as a senior. Okay, so that's already
Okay.
what? He's already 25.
So he's already shown the consistent improvement. What's the
25 in the
difference?
NBA players, they're prime. He's not in his prime.
Okay.
Well, if you consider Jaylen Brown in his prime, then 11 points per game is not good. So I agree with you on that. Buddy Hield, I don't
Buddy
know
Hield
about that
has
one.
shown the ability to score.
no,
in
I
this
meant Buddy
league,
Hield on that one.
which is extremely hard to do for a young player. So the fact that he's
20
getting
yeah,
better,
that's 20
he deserves
points.
that kind of
20
money.
okay.
And the Kings, with their young core, needed to deliver it to him. As basketball season begins this week, many future young stars entered the league in this summer's NBA draft, including one of the most hyped prospects in recent memory, Zion Williamson, explosive point guard John Morant, and scoring guard R.J. Barrett. Which one takes home Rookie of the Year?
I think it's going to be Zion
Of
Williamson.
course you do,
I mean,
because so does everybody else.
he was the best player in college basketball last year, and he was a freshman.
I don't
he
think
was
his
a
skills
freshman.
translate to the
He's-
NBA as well
okay,
as-
so
as
yeah,
other
he's
players
just
do.
shooting 22, 26 in a preseason game. I know mine be it's a 20 preseason game, but if you look at the
Yeah.
Lakers,
And
if you
all
look
the
at the
shots in the
Lakers,
paint.
everybody's like, "Oh, the Lakers are gonna be so good." You know why? Because they're playing well in the preseason. So
I
why
never
can't?
said that though.
Okay, but you didn't say that, but other analysts did.
Let's get on to what
Oh,
I
I
think.
don't really care
I
what
think
you
that
say. I
RJ
don't really care
Barrett
what you say.
is going to win Rookie of the Year. I think that he is a terrific fit for today's NBA. He can score the ball at will. He's a good facilitator. He's got ideal size. I think he's got all the tools to succeed in his rookie season on a Knicks team that really struggles for scoring. And I think that's
I don't know about the passing wise, but I think RJ
Barrett's
Barrett's a good player. I just think Zion Williamson's going to be better. All right, stay tuned for more of It Is What It Is. Coming up, we have the meat and potatoes of the show.
Turned up the heat a little bit. Welcome back to It Is What It Is. It's time for the meat and potatoes. The start of the NBA season is upon us, and it kicks off tomorrow night with Pelicans, Raptors, and Clippers, Lakers. Giannis Antetokounmpo won last year's MVP over Paul George and James Harden. Do you think Giannis will repeat, or do you think we're going to get someone else this year?
Well, I don't think he's going to repeat, but I think we will get somebody else, and I think that guy is the greatest player of all time in LeBron James.
You got to be kidding me.
No.
You got to be kidding me.
How?
He's 34 years old.
Okay, but he has the
worst season
perfect
he's
team.
ever had last
He
year.
was
You can just
injured
tell
last
that.
year. He was injured.
Oh,
If you know
come on with the
anything about
excuses.
LeBron, if you know anything about the NBA, you know he was
no one
injured.
in league history gets more excuses than LeBron James.
Oh yeah. Well, how about Carmelo Anthony? Oh, he's
now, with that being said,
oh no, he's on a bad team. Oh, he
leave
missed
Carmelo out
everything.
of your mouth, first of all. With that being said, Damian Lillard is my pick for MVP this year. It's a little bit out of the box.
Yes.
He's a guy that's been consistently overlooked year after year.
Not really.
He made the biggest shot in the playoffs last year, at least to me, one of the most iconic shots. The Kawhi Leonard shot was obviously up there against the Thunder. But this is a guy that can score the ball at will.
Yeah.
He's on a Portland team that seems to have a lot of chemistry. They really seemed to pick it up last year, especially in the first round of the playoffs when they knocked off the Thunder.
But then they got dumped in the second
unsurprisingly.
round. But they got dumped in the second round.
Okay.
The thing is with LeBron, it's usually with the MVP, it's usually
And
the
back to
best
LeBron.
player on the
Okay.
best team.
Yeah.
It's usually the best player on the best team, and I think the Lakers are going to be the best team in the NBA. And I think
And they
LeBron's
won't
going to be
be.
the well. I think they will be because
They
you know
won't
they have
be.
Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
Anthony
probably two
Davis
of the
might
top
already
three
be
players.
better than LeBron.
He might be, but for the last season, we've seen that LeBron. And did you just not watch the? Not last coming finals, but the year before that when he dropped 40 points in the playoffs and had to carry a bomb team to the finals
I
against
watched
the
him
Warriors.
sit on the couch last year during the playoffs. That's what I watched.
Because he was injured? And I saw a lot of people
because he
sit on the
didn't make
couch
the
too.
playoffs.
I saw Anthony Davis sit on the couch. All right, after a 42-24 victory over the Oakland Raiders on Sunday, the Green Bay Packers moved to 6-1 on the season. Aaron Rodgers was in vintage form, and as he threw for over 400 yards and had 6 total touchdowns. They lead the NFC North. Do you think that the Packers are contenders in the NFC?
I do think that they're contenders in the NFC, and I'll go as far as to say that if the season ended today, they would be my pick to go to the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers playing like he played yesterday is the X factor for this team. He is the best quarterback in football, and he was on the top of his game yesterday. They have a great running game with Aaron Jones right now. The defense is much improved. I just don't see how the baller Aaron Rodgers would not get to the Super Bowl if he's playing the way he is today, adjusting to Matt LaFleur's system as he has the last couple of weeks.
Here's the thing. Who did they beat? They beat the Raiders. They beat the Cowboys, and they beat the
Lions.
Eagles. Okay, they beat the Lions, a controversial game.
Okay,
so
but
they probably
still
shouldn't even. They probably shouldn't even won that. Okay,
But they did.
Okay, whatever.
I
think
6-1 is
I know
6-1,
the
so.
Packers are gonna be good, and I can see them in the NFC title game. But I think the Rams and I think the
Rams are,
Seahawks.
not
Yeah, because you know they
looking
didn't sign the best corner in the game, who probably can lock up anybody on the on the Packers, and you know they have a solid front seven
you
with
can't
the best.
lock up Aaron Rodgers, okay?
Yes, you
that
can.
That guy's a baller.
Okay, then why hasn't he been in the Super Bowl in the last, I don't know,
Have you seen his
8
teams?
years?
Have you seen his coach?
Okay. And?
There's other things besides
and his
quarterback
coach,
play.
Devontae Adams. He has a solid offensive line. I mean, the defense is pretty bad. Patrick Mahomes almost got into the title game. And when was the last time? They didn't even make the playoffs last year.
So what?
And if you should be that good of a quarterback, if you should be that good of a quarterback,
Aaron Rodgers
you should be able to lead your
quarterbacks
team
of all time, if not the most talented quarterback.
He's not the most talented.
He
But
very much
he's
might be.
probably one of the greatest. He's probably top 10. But he only has one ring. So maybe he'll win one. I don't think he will. You think?
Well, we'll have to see how it works out, won't we? After a crazy offseason that saw superstars Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, and Kawhi Leonard, wow, that's a lot of names, all find new homes, this NBA season should be open in a way it hasn't been in years. Who do you think is going to be fighting for the NBA championship at the end of the year?
I got my boys Lakers.
Of course you do.
Signing Anthony Davis, the top three.
They didn't
top
sign
three.
him, they traded for him.
Okay, traded for him, but then they have to sign him again. Well, true they will.
But
and
they-
then,
okay,
but
fair enough.
in the East, I have the 76ers. They signed Al
The
Horford.
clunkiest team in the NBA?
All right, you can rotate that around. And if Ben Simmons gets a gets a jump shot, I feel like he can be a top
Okay.
5 player in the league. With Joel Embiid, who's
If I
the
got
best
$1
center in the
million,
league.
I'd probably be rich.
Okay, but
That's not gonna happen either.
Ben Simmons is improving his jump shot. That's the thing. People are just letting him shoot.
Okay, so
if he improves his jump shot where he can make 3 points a game, that's
I'd
9
probably
more
make
points.
3 3-pointers in a random open gym.
No,
Anyways,
you can't. Okay,
my
that's
pick-
not the point.
My pick is the
You're not
actual
NBA
best
player.
team in LA, the Clippers.
Okay, no, they're not.
Which
How are they?
gonna absolutely
Okay,
lock
they
down
might.
anyone
Okay,
they
all right.
face
I'll say this.
defensively.
I'll say this. They
Kawhi
might be.
Leonard and Paul
They might be
George
the
are two of
best.
the best
They might be
defenders
the
in
best
basketball.
regular season team,
Patrick
but they're
Beverley
not
is
beating
a
the
pest.
Lakers.
No one wants to play
Okay,
him.
is Paul George clutch? Is he a good playoff player?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
So,
He can
when was
make-
the last time he got it out of the first round of the playoffs?
Imagine using that line as your justification for
What?
why they won't make it. And my Eastern
'Cause
Conference
he's
team
the
is
second
the
best
Bucks, who were the overall best
Okay,
team in the
but they
East
only
last
have
year,
Giannis. They
who
only have
ran into
Giannis.
Kawhi Leonard, who they no longer have.
Yeah, but
so
they
the
only have
Bucks will
Giannis.
make it this year. They'll finally go
Yeah.
all the way.
Here's the
and
thing, though.
Giannis will lead
The
them in.
76ers and Bucks didn't play in the playoffs. I feel like the 76ers would have beat them.
Well, now
Ben
they're a
Simmons can
different
do
team.
something.
Without
I know
Jimmy
Giannis
Butler,
can't be
I think
stopped.
he
I
definitely
know
loses
Giannis
something.
can't. I know Giannis can't be stopped, but Ben Simmons can do that. He's a solid defender.
okay, yeah.
He's a solid defender, and Joel Embiid is probably the best defender in the game.
Okay.
At the center position.
Okay.
All right. The New York Yankees fell short of a World Series for a full decade for the first time since the 1910s. After a walk-off loss in Game 6 to the Astros over the weekend, this marked their third straight season losing in the playoffs, twice to the Astros in the ALCS. Where do the Yankees go from here?
Oh, my Yankees. Disappointing
Oh,
for a
yes.
third straight season. Last year was rough, losing to the Red Sox, and we came up short yet again this year. Brian Cashman, the Yankees general manager, needs to wake up at this point. They can't keep making these middling moves. They need to go out this offseason and they need to sign Garrett Cole, that best starting pitcher on the market, a game changer. He's a Max Scherzer. He's a CC Sabathia. This has to be done. They need to make some changes in the lineup. I would not mind I would not mind shopping Gary Sanchez for the right deal. Would I trade him for anyone? No. But I would shop him for the right deal, absolutely. And some changes need to be made. We can't just bring back the same team year after year that's not making it
Here's
to the
the
World
thing, though.
Series
Here's the thing,
because
though.
it's just not good
Here's
enough.
the thing. Who did they add last year? LeMahieu. Maybe their best player. Who did they add?
Not their
the
best
year?
player, but he's
well,
very
then
good.
why is he an
He's very
MVP?
good.
Then why is he an MVP?
He's
though?
very
all
good.
right,
He's
all
not
right.
gonna
If he's not the best player, then why is he an MVP?
He's very
though?
good, but I'll say
And then the year after that, they add the former NL MVP, Giancarlo Stanton.
But that deal
And-
fell into
okay.
their laps. They need to seek
Okay,
out
but they
upgrades.
did something.
The
You
Astros
can
acquired
literally,
Zach
you can literally
Greinke
do
at the
nothing.
deadline,
You
and they
literally
didn't
do
even
nothing. You're
need
not
him.
going to get players. If you don't do anything, you're not going to get players.
didn't even
And
need
I
him.
know they do need a pitcher, which I think they will. I think you have to understand this. The Yankees usually make one big move offseason.
That's not
You
true.
might say, okay,
Did you
okay.
see 2009
Okay.
when they
Okay.
signed CC Sabathia, AJ Burnett?
I'm talking about
and
the
Marcus
last couple
Sherritt?
years. I'm talking. They're adding studs.
Exactly, and that's
They're
what
adding
I'm saying.
studs,
They
though.
haven't won a World Series,
Yeah.
so something needs to change.
Okay, I know, but they do
need
need
to
an-
start doing things differently.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What do they need?
They need starting pitching.
Okay,
They
so
could
they
use
might-
another
if they
bat in the
si- so
lineup.
if they-
need a reliever.
okay, if they sign-
might need two starting pitchers.
So
actually.
if they sign one more pitcher,
They're
you think
not
that's
matching
fine?
Verlander and Cole.
Okay, but if you
without getting a
take
starting
take
pitcher.
Cole away, you can make a case that Tanaka played better in Game 1 against Greinke.
Tanaka is not better than Garrett Cole.
I
Get out
said
of
I
here
said
with that.
Greinke. Did I say Gareth Cole?
Okay,
Gareth
fine.
Cole?
Greinke.
No. So
But
I said
Greinke is
I
still
said
better
Greinke.
than Tanaka, so.
Okay, but Tanaka played in a better game than him.
Okay,
so I
he
think
pitched
I'm
a better
taking
game.
it. Okay,
Anyone
but he's
can
more
pitch a better
clutch.
game on any given day. So
No. So you're thinking
Bottom
so
line,
you're thinking Paxton can pitch
changes
it better
need to
than
be made for the
Verlander?
Yankees.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree
Paxton
with you.
has amazing stuff.
Paxton's a bum, but
A bum?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
he
You
cost them
clearly
game
know nothing
2.
about
Well,
baseball.
he cost them in game 2.
So-
if they had a better pitcher, they wouldn't.
We're going to have to go for now. After the break, we will reveal our biggest winners and losers of the past 2 weeks.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. Let's get into our biggest winners and losers. So, Zach, who was your biggest winner of the weekend?
My biggest winner of the weekend is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. This is a team that is trying to take control of the AFC South, and they made a huge statement beating the Texans this weekend. Jacoby Brissett is leading that team. The defense is playing well. Andrew Luck seems to not be a huge problem for the Colts at this point because they're playing really well. The Texans have been on a roll. Deshaun Watson's playing great. That is a huge statement win for the Colts, and I think it's really important, and I think that can really catapult them towards the AFC South title.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think they can lead on Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he's
They
been
might not be able to lean on him,
yeah, but
but
he's
he's
been
a
solid.
very solid quarterback.
Yeah, he's been
He's a
solid.
very solid
but I
quarterback.
I would
think
compare him
he's a
to
guy.
I would compare him like a little bit better than Teddy Bridgewater, where
I think
he's not
a
going
guy
to
that
he's not going to give
that
you
can
moments.
Get hot and lead you to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I feel like if they don't have like a good running back, or if the defense somehow flunks. I mean, like they did, they allowed like what 28 points a game, so he did keep it up. But here's another thing: they were home. The Texans don't have a great defense.
Okay, well, that's still a big win against
It is a big
rival
win.
in the
It
NFC
is a
South.
big win. But
That's a big win.
Okay, yeah, it is a big.
Who was your biggest winner of the weekend?
I had the Rams. I mean, you trade for Jalen Ramsey, who's
Okay,
undoubtedly
that's
the
definitely a big one. I'll
yeah,
give you
he's
that.
undoubtedly the best corner in the league. And
Not
then you,
undoubtedly, but he's
well,
a very good
he
corner.
is, but
He's one of the best
he
corners in the
he
league.
is.
Fair
He's the
enough.
best shutdown, man to man. He is. And then so you beat the Rams, or you beat the Falcons by like what, 30?
Falcons are 1-6 though.
Yeah,
let's
but
be
it's
fair.
at Falcons.
The
It's
Rams
always
have not
hard.
been
It's
insane.
always hard in the NFL to go to another
Okay.
team's stadium and
Okay.
win.
All right.
And the Falcons might have all the troubles they have, but you saw Gurley. He looks great. And if they get things rolling, the offense gets back in sync. Jalen Ramsey, he fits in well. That
We'll see
man-to-man
how that
coverage
works.
with
Jalen
Wayne
Ramsey
Phillips.
doesn't seem to fit
Yeah,
in well anywhere.
I mean,
in the locker room. At
oh,
least.
yeah, locker room. If you win, there's going to be no problems in the locker room. That's the thing you have to
Well,
realize.
we'll see what
there was
happens.
no
The Rams
problems
are
in the
only
there was no
4-3.
problems in the locker room when the Jaguars were doing well.
Yeah, but
What-
don't you want players that can handle adversity?
Yeah,
That-
you
that don't
do.
crumble
Yeah,
just
but you
because
do.
they lose
Yeah,
a
but you
couple of
do.
ball
But
games?
here's another thing. Doug Marone's not a good coach for those type of players. He has a big ego himself too. He literally left the Bills just because.
Jalen
I don't want to
Ramsey's
stay
a
with the team. Let me
professional.
get out.
He
here."
needs to act like it when they start losing
Okay,
games.
so yeah.
And let's hope he does.
Okay, but maybe he'll
because
change his
if they
mind.
don't,
Maybe he'll change his
they're
mind
gonna
under Wade
struggle a
Phillips.
little
Maybe
bit.
he'll change his mind under Sean McVay. You have to realize the things. And the other thing, the offense went off. And I think that's the problem with them.
Okay, it is
Last week against
against the
the 40,
Falcons,
yeah, but they lost
They
against the
definitely
40,
have,
they lost against the
they definitely have the
49ers, and then
ability
they turned
to,
things
to
around.
put up points. Who would be your biggest loser of the week?
My biggest loser, I have the Eagles. I mean, undoubtedly. They lose to the Cowboys 31-10. They didn't get Jalen Ramsey, which I think was a big problem.
definitely a big problem.
They need to address the secondary. That's
It's
the biggest
atrocious.
issue. The defense, I feel like their Carson Wentz is a top 5 wide
not
receiver,
playing very well, though.
quarterback. And
Quarterback. He
He's
does
playing
play
fine.
quarterback.
He's playing fine. Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I just misspoke, buddy.
Okay.
But Nelson Aguilar, he's a problem. They have so many issues in
They have-
important positions that I don't think they're going to be able to
They
make the playoffs
definitely
after
seem
this.
like they're out of sync. They
And-
just don't seem like they are in control of what they're doing. It seemed like that last year when Wentz plays, and it seemed like that again this year. So there's definitely a lot of trouble.
Here's
for
the
that
thing,
team
though.
looming.
I feel like last year Zach Ertz has been playing better.
He
Or
did
he
play
was
better.
playing
He
better.
definitely did play
But this
better.
year he's just not
But
showing up for
Wentz
some
also
reason.
needs to
And
rally
here's another
these
thing.
guys.
Here's
Wentz
another
has
thing.
not shown the ability to rally.
Yeah,
these
but you have
guys.
to realize this too. Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey, those guys are injured. He doesn't even have his top 2. I mean, Jeffrey's back, but he's not back in form. He doesn't have his top 2 wide receivers. He's some bum Nelson Aguilar. And here's the thing. People are saying trade for A.J. Green, Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs. I think you have to slow down on that. If Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey are healthy, I think you're fine. I think those 2 are solid wide receivers. And if you have a good quarterback, you can have solid wide receivers
Okay.
and do well. Look at the Patriots. I mean, if you put Julian Edelman or Danny Amendola on another team, they're bums. All right.
Bums, I'm not sure about that.
Well, they're not bums, but they're not going to play that well. All right, Zach. So who's your biggest loser of the weekend?
My biggest loser of the weekend is the head coach of my New York Football Giants, Pat Shurmur. And when I was watching the game this weekend, he decided to run a draw play on 3rd and 18 with the Giants down by 10 points with 7 minutes to go in the ball game. He ran a draw play on 3rd and 18
Here's the thing
to
I was
Saquon
thinking, though.
Barkley,
Here was the
and
thing.
then went for it on 4th down.
Here's
How
the
do you
thing.
justify that?
I'm
There's
not.
no
I'm
way
not.
to justify
I agree
that.
with you that Pat
It's
Shurmur's
absolutely
time is
ridiculous.
up. I know his time is up.
It's
Do you
ridiculous.
believe that his time is up?
Yeah,
He should
I
be
do,
fired
yeah,
on the spot.
I do.
Here's the thing.
Maybe not.
It was a third. It was a 3rd and 11.
That just can't happen.
It was a 3rd and 11 on like the 4th quarter,
His
maybe the
clock
3rd quarter.
management has been consistently bad.
Okay, yeah.
He's
But here's
19
another
and
thing.
37
Here's
as a
another
head
thing.
coach
Here's
all
another
time.
thing. He's an offensive coach. You need to fix something if you're the general manager of the Giants.
Okay.
You have to improve the defense. And you can't blame a coach who's putting up 30 points every single weekend where like that's his job. He's supposed to be an offensive coach.
But
I
he's
know,
the head coach.
I know that too, but he's not
just
controlling the
offensive
defense.
coordinator of the
Is he
team.
calling the defensive plays? Is he signing the players on defense?
but he decides
So
whether
maybe
they
you
have
should
a drop
fire
play
that
on
guy
3rd
who's
and
in the
18.
general
It's
manager. You
ridiculous.
have to find those
It's
issues.
just
You sign
ridiculous.
players like Golden Tate. You trade Odell Beckham. You trade away Olivia Vernon. You trade away Damon Harris. Meanwhile, the issue is your defense. You have to improve
I
on your
agree with
defense.
that. I
And the
agree
thing
with
is,
that,
I know
but it's
Daniel
still
Jones is
Shurmur's
playing
fault.
so well. I know
This
Daniel Jones
game
is playing so
specifically
well.
was Shurmur's
But you
fault.
could have taken, if you're the general manager, you know your offense is good. Even with Eli Manning on the team, if you have Saquon Barkley, Odell Beckham Jr., or let's just say Odell Beckham Jr. is on the team,
Without
you
Odell
still have a
Beckham
solid
Jr.,
defense.
They don't have rookie Dexter Lawrence though, or Jabril Peppers, which are 2 big pieces for that.
Yeah,
defense
but
that
you
needs
still
to
have
be
Odell
rebuilt.
Beckham Jr. You still have
I
Odell
agree.
Beckham Jr.
I wouldn't have done
and
that
here's the
trade,
thing.
but
Here's
that's
the
just
thing.
playing
You can
devil's
always be bad this year and take either Tua, Joe Burrow, or Jake Fromm. And
Bottom
here's
line, Pat Shermer's had an atrocious couple of weeks.
But
and
I
he
think it's the
is not
general
man
manager's
to lead
problem.
the
I think it's the
Giants.
general manager's
He's
problem.
not the man to lead the Giants.
They shouldn't have taken
forward.
Daniel Jones at 6.
Yes, they should have.
No, they shouldn't. They
He's
should
been
have
great.
taken Josh
How could you
Allen
say
or
that?
Ed Oliver and then trade up for him. They had 2 first-round picks. You can take 2 first-round picks and make it into a top 10 thing. Just look at what the Bills did with Josh Allen. They got the number 7.
Great. Josh Allen. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
yeah,
want.
boy. What's the Bills' record?
Okay.
5-1. What's the Giants? All right, that's what I thought. All right, stay tuned for the final portion of the show where we will tell you our biggest takeaways and previewing the next week.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. Let's get into our biggest takeaways.
All right, Zach, what's your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is something that we did mention earlier. I think the Eagles are in real trouble here. I do not think they're going to make the playoffs at this rate. They do not look in sync at all. Their defense is atrocious. Their secondary is atrocious. Carson Wentz is not playing well. Their weapons are not playing well. They're having a really tough time, and I just do not think that they are the contenders in the NFC
Wait a minute.
that people thought they might be
Weapons?
before the
What type of
season.
weapons do they have?
Nelson Aguilar.
Oh,
Alshon Jeffrey.
okay. All right. Just
Miles,
just making sure.
Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard. Okay, yeah, they don't have any weapons. Deshaun
Okay, I was just
Jackson,
making sure-
who has
all
not
right.
been healthy, but they will have him eventually. Yeah, they don't have any weapons. Okay.
I was
I've
just
heard that so
asking
many
what they
times.
were. Calm down. And
I'm
Zach
not-
Ertz. Do you think Doug Peterson gets fired?
No. I
So
don't
not
think
even
he's
after
fired.
this
No.
season?
I think they'll give him more leeway with the Super Bowl title a couple years ago, but I think they're really in trouble.
Do you think they make any moves in the trade deadline?
I think they'll try. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get it done, and at this point, it might not be worth it.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think they should try to trade for Jalen Ramsey. He's probably, well, in my opinion, he's the best corner in the league, and that's an issue they have. Now they are getting back Darby, so that will help them out. So they might be able to improve in those ways. And I think if you watched the Dallas game, you saw that they weren't running the ball bad. I think they should focus more on that and start a little bit of play action, RPO
fair.
type of
That's
things.
fair.
I think they need to change around their offense. Everybody thinks of the Eagles as RPO. I think they need
That's fair.
they need.
They're having a tough time.
Yeah.
What would you say your biggest takeaway of the week was?
Over the past offseason in the NBA and just the preseason games, I think it's going to be this NBA season is going to be one of the most entertaining. You
It
have
could be.
Kevin Durant, well, who won't play, but you have
It could be.
a great rivalry. Lakers versus Clippers.
Of course, you bring up the
Showtime.
Lakers again. You realize there are other teams in the
Okay,
league, right?
but who's the biggest team in the NBA? The Lakers.
Biggest team in
Who's the
NBA.
who's the biggest?
Warriors, I'd say still.
No, they're not. Check the
Yes,
following.
they are.
How many rings do they have? No.
When's the last time the Lakers won one?
0-10. And
0-10.
okay, who's the biggest team in baseball?
The New York Yankees.
Okay, when was the last time they won a ring?
Fair enough.
Okay, that's what I thought. You have the rivalry between those teams. You have the Sixers getting Al Horford. They also have Joel Embiid. And then you have the Rockets. You have James Harden and Russell Westbrook
It is going
reuniting,
I
coming
agree
back.
It'll be exciting.
And then you also have the Nuggets. My sleeper for
They're not
last
gonna
year,
get out of the West,
MPJ, Michael Porter Jr.
He
I
hasn't
was
played
really
in 2 years, though.
okay. Neither was Ben Simmons, and people were high on him. Why can't I be
Yeah,
high
but
on
he
somebody who
played-
hasn't played? I'm just being high
He
on him. I
barely
think he has
played in
good potential.
college.
Okay, and I can't think he's gonna have a good season. He was the McDonald's All-American player. He was the best top recruit out of high school. He has potential and he has talent. So I think he will be a good player. And I think it'll be interesting, especially with the Nuggets, because last year they went to the Western Conference semifinals and acquisition of him. And you can make the point. And here's another thing. I think the Warriors might miss the playoffs.
They're not going to miss the playoffs,
they
but
might.
okay.
All right, Zach, what's your game of the week?
My game of the week is going to be the 49ers and the Carolina Panthers. You have the undefeated San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo has not been playing that well. This is a chance for a big statement against the Carolina team that's gotten off hard to a 4-2 start. Kyle Allen will start for them. We'll see how he plays against a good San Francisco defense.
And my team of the week is the Bills versus Eagles. Like we've been talking about for the Eagles, I think this is a great game for them to turn around. They're in Orchard Park, maybe the best atmosphere in the game. And then you have my Bills, Josh Allen. He should be lighting up this team.
Yeah, he
and
never
I think
lights
this
up
will be a
anybody,
great
but okay.
game. This will be a statement win for the Bills. Go to 6-1 and keep in race with the Patriots for the AFC East title.
That's not going to happen. But that's all we have time for this week.
Thanks for watching. It is what it is. I'm Peter Peden.
And I'm Zach Mash. See you in 2 weeks.
Have a great week, everybody.